Most people in their daily life forget that they are not this body. Most of the time it's the society that makes them forget that they are not this body. The body is just a yantra for the real you. Now what is the real you? The real you is the Purusha. Now before people jump here saying Purusha, it's a guy, do you mean all of us are guys? No. Now what is the real you? The real you is Purusha. Now before people start saying Purusha, it's a guy, so everyone is a guy. No, everyone is not a guy. Purusha means the formless consciousness, that eternal consciousness through which we have emerged and in which we will merge eventually. That light through which we have all scattered for now, in which we will merge at the end. The light, that is what the real Purusha is, the higher self, the actual self. That is Purusha. And we are that. And this body is just a yantra, a vehicle. The body is a vehicle for the Purusha, for the consciousness, for the self. You know, there are 3 parts to it. The very first one is a reference of Bhagavad Gita, where it is said that the body is a yantra. In Bhagavad Gita chapter 18 verse 61, Krishna says that the Lord resides in everyone and causes them to wander as if mounted upon a yantra. Over here he says that the body is a yantra. He is referring to the body as a yantra. So this is the very first proof that the body is nothing but a yantra, a device. It's nothing but a yantra, a vehicle, a machine in which we are sitting and just passing through. I hope you all know that in Mahabharata there was a chariot, 5 horses. There was the driver, of course, and there were the reins of the horses, and then there was the master of the chariot. The Katha Upanishad says that the body is the chariot. The 5 horses are actually our 5 senses. The reins that control the horses are actually nothing but our mind. And the driver of the chariot, which is in control of the reins of the horses, is our intellect. But who is the one that owns this chariot? The master of the chariot, who sits in the chariot, sees everything but yet is nothing that is happening outside. It is not the driver, it is not the chariot. None of the things that is happening outside, yet it sees everything, observes everything. That is the master of the chariot, which is the Purusha, the Atman, the self. Think about it like this, as if the horses are wild, they take you anywhere, they'll drag you anywhere. Your 5 senses are wild, your senses will drag you anywhere, wherever you just let yourself go and your senses will take you anywhere it wants. And the reins is the mind is what pulls the senses back that no, you cannot do this, no, you cannot go there, no, this cannot happen right now. The mind is what controls the senses, and at the end the driver, the intellect is what controls the mind. That is what controls the mind, that is what controls the senses, and that is what controls the body. And now everything here is happening in order. But who do you think the chariot belongs to? Who do you think is the owner of the chariot? That is you, the Purusha, the formless consciousness. You are in the chariot, you see everything, yet you are nothing that you see. You are the observer, you are in the chariot, you are everything yet nothing at the same time. In our daily life, the society makes us forget it and believe that we are either the horses, the senses, the reins, the mind, or the intellect, the driver. We believe everything except for what we really are. The Upanishads clearly say that the self is eternal, but it is ignorance which makes us believe that the yantra is us, the body is us. That is ignorance that makes us believe it. The third part is the body as a Vimana. Now Vimana is a craft that can take you to different timelines, different realms, that can take you to higher realms and anywhere. Similarly, the body is the greatest Vimana you can ever have. The body is a Vimana that takes you, the consciousness, the Purusha, to its highest self, towards liberation, moksha, that which we call God. Takes the self to the higher self, takes the Atma to the Paramatma. That is what this body is for. This body is the greatest Vimana and the best Vimana to ever exist, because this is the only Vimana that can do such a thing. No other Vimana in the world can ever ever do anything like that. This is the only Vimana that can take you there, and that is the purpose of this Vimana. But we lose the track every time. We lose our track only because we believe whatever the society tells us, whatever people tells us, whatever we hear. We just believe it, we think that's true, and then we lose the real purpose of why we came into this Vimana, why we came into this yantra. Once there was a guy, old man who entered into his 70s, and he used to drive a taxi for so long, but the taxi was as old as him. So obviously it couldn't function anymore, so he had to leave the taxi. And now this person, the 70-year-old guy, he had a grandson who adored him, thought of him as his idol, looked up to him in every situation. The grandson used to love him until the grandson started getting worried because he saw his grandfather's body give up day by day. He was 70, he was very fine till now, but suddenly his eyes became weak, his hand would shake whenever he would pick up a cup, and eventually his legs gave up as well. So he used to just rest in the bed all day, which was very painful for his grandson to watch. Until one evening, when he just gathered the courage, he went into his grandfather's room while everyone was outside. He sat beside him, looked at his grandfather with extreme concern and almost teary eyes. And he asked his grandfather that what will happen when your body gives up, when this body cannot work anymore. He was extremely tensed and confused seeing what is happening. So it was a genuine question. And then his grandfather sat up a bit, looked at him, smiled, and then said, "You remember our old taxi?" The young guy said, "Yes, I do, of course, I love that." And then he said, "Just like I gave up our old taxi and got a new one, similarly, when my body gives up, I will give up this old body and get a new one. I'll just give up this taxi and enter into a new taxi." And that line really changed the life of the young boy, because he realized that there is never really death, and this body is just a yantra. Just because there is a scratch in the body, just because there is a scratch in the taxi, doesn't mean that you have to sit there crying about the taxi. You are not this taxi. You will eventually have to change the taxi. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful for all of you. Bye bye. All the best. Hope to meet you very soon. Watch the shorter versions of these videos in my Instagram account. Bye bye. All the best.